In 1959, Maria Gonzalez, a steelworker's daughter in Detroit, needed $50,000 for leukemia treatment. That night, an envelope appeared at her door with the money and a note, "Hope you get better," from a friend. That envelope came from Marilyn Monroe. But Maria's family would never know, because Marilyn kept her charity work secret. She didn't want media attention, she just wanted to help. This was just one incident. Marilyn Monroe's secret charity file included over 400 people: sick children, poor families, elderly artists. She had quietly helped them all, but nobody knew until 1975, when her personal assistant Lena Pepitone published her memoirs. Lena Pepitone was Marilyn's personal assistant from 1961 to 1962. 13 years later, she revealed shocking details in her book. Marilyn would give $20,000 to $30,000 to charity every month, but nobody could know about it. She'd say, "If the press finds out, it won't look genuine." Marilyn's secret charity system worked like this. She'd use private investigators to identify people in need. Then she'd send anonymous help. She never wrote "from Marilyn Monroe," always from a friend or someone who cares. Her first secret donation was in 1953. She saw an elderly actor on Hollywood Boulevard, William Bill Henderson, Charlie Chaplin's former stunt double. He was sitting in the park, hungry. Marilyn approached him. "Hello, aren't you Bill Henderson? I remember you from the movies." Bill was embarrassed. "Yes, but I'm not working anymore. I'm getting old." That night, Marilyn sent Bill his monthly rent money for 9 years until he died. But Marilyn's biggest act of charity was to someone no one could have guessed. In 1956, Marilyn visited a nursing home in New York. There was a 78-year-old woman named Gladys Baker. She was there due to mental illness. Marilyn was shocked. This was her real mother. Gladys hadn't recognized Marilyn. "Who's this pretty girl?" she asked the nurse. Marilyn didn't identify herself, but from that day on, she began paying all her mother's hospital expenses. For 12 years, she sent $2,000 a month for Gladys's care. In 1958, Marilyn went to Chicago for filming. While staying at the hotel, she met Rosa Martinez, a floor attendant. Rosa was a widow trying to raise 4 children alone. "My children are sick," Rosa was crying. "I don't have money for the doctor." Marilyn listened to Rosa's story. That night, she left an envelope in the room. Inside was $5,000. The next morning, Rosa was shocked. "This is too much money, I can't take it back." Marilyn's response perfectly summarized her character. "Rosa, this money isn't yours. It's for your children," Marilyn said. "I'm just the messenger. The universe wants to help your family." Rosa started crying. "How can I thank you?" "Marilyn, when your children grow up, you help someone else. That's how it continues." This was Marilyn's philosophy. Kindness chain reaction. Every act of help would trigger other acts of help. In 1959, Marilyn visited a children's hospital in Los Angeles. There, she met 7-year-old Tommy Rodriguez. He had leukemia. When Tommy saw Marilyn, he smiled. "Are you famous?" "A little bit," Marilyn said. "What about you?" "I'm a superhero. I'm fighting cancer." Marilyn lost her heart to Tommy. From that day on, she started coming to the hospital every week. What she did for Tommy was one of the biggest donations in hospital history. Marilyn researched experimental treatments for Tommy. There was a new treatment method in Switzerland. Cost $75,000. She didn't hesitate. She sent the money. Tommy's family was shocked. Who paid this money? Hospital administration. Anonymous donor. There's only a note saying, "For Tommy to get better." Tommy went to Switzerland. The treatment was successful. He beat leukemia. In 1960, Marilyn met George Murphy, a former Broadway actor who was homeless in New York. George had lost his career due to alcohol addiction. "Marilyn Monroe, I know you," said George. "I used to be on stage." Marilyn listened to him. George's story was tragic. Famous actor, then alcoholism, then on the streets. "I'm not asking for help. I just need someone to talk to," George said. What Marilyn did for George completely changed a person's life. Marilyn didn't just give George money, she gave him a second chance. She paid for a rehabilitation program. She visited him every week for 6 months. "You have talent, George. You can come back." When George got sober, Marilyn arranged a small role for him, an extra role in Some Like It Hot. George never forgot that day. "Marilyn gave me life, not just money, but hope." Marilyn's charity network was very organized. Personal assistant Lena Pepitone coordinated it. There was a monthly budget, $25,000 to $30,000. There were categories: sick children, $10,000, elder artists, $8,000, single mothers, $5,000, emergency cases, $7,000. She would personally review each case. "This isn't just money," she'd say. "This is human connection." But Marilyn's biggest charity project was something no one would think of. In 1961, Marilyn created a special fund for the foster care system because she herself had grown up in foster care. "Foster children are invisible," she'd say. "Nobody sees them." She did monthly sponsorships for 50 foster children, $200 monthly support for each child, education, clothing, medical care, not just money. She would write personal notes to each child. "You are special. You are loved. Pursue your dreams." One of the foster children, Jennifer Walsh, confessed 40 years later. "When I was 12, a card would come every month, signed, 'Someone Thinking of You.' Inside was $50 and an encouraging note. Those cards gave me hope, knowing someone cared." Jennifer later learned that those cards came from Marilyn Monroe. After Marilyn's death, the secret charity account that was discovered shocked everyone. When Marilyn died, her lawyers found a strange account, Anonymous Giving Fund. It contained $400,000. In her will, it said, "This money should be distributed to those in need. Don't mention my name." Attorney Milton Rudin was surprised. Marilyn didn't give this much money even to major charity organizations. 200 people were helped from the fund. None of them knew it came from Marilyn. In the 1970s, Tommy Rodriguez had beaten leukemia and became a doctor, a pediatric oncologist. He treated children with cancer. "Marilyn Monroe saved me," he would tell his colleagues. "Now, I'm saving other children." Tommy treated over 500 children in his career. They were all part of Marilyn's kindness chain. But the most surprising story emerged in 1995. Maria Gonzalez had beaten leukemia and become a nurse. 36 years later, she asked her mother, "Who really sent that money?" Her mother Dolores confessed on her deathbed. The private investigator told us, "Marilyn Monroe sent it." Maria was shocked. Marilyn Monroe? Why? Because she was an angel. She just wanted to help. Marilyn Monroe's secret charity was a systematic operation from the 1950s to 1962. But this operation wasn't for media attention or public recognition. It was from pure compassion. Marilyn's charity philosophy stemmed from her own childhood trauma. She had grown up in the foster care system, experiencing neglect and poverty. "No child should grow up like this," she would say. After each successful movie, she would dedicate 30% of her earnings to charity. But even her accountant didn't know this. She did it from her personal fund. She had a systematic approach. Identification phase. She had established networks with private investigators, social workers, hospital staff. They would identify those in need. Verification phase. She would personally verify each case to eliminate fake requests. Intervention phase. Direct financial support, medical treatment funding, education sponsorship. Follow-up. Vifbonland long-term support, progress tracking, additional help when needed. This wasn't random charity. It was strategic philanthropy. Her biggest focus areas, sick children, 40% of budget. Marilyn had established close relationships with children's hospitals. Doctors and nurses coordinated with her. Typical cases, cancer treatments, $20,000 to $75,000 per child. Surgery funding, $10,000 to $50,000. Experimental treatments abroad, $100,000 plus family support during treatment, $5,000 to $15,000. The Tommy Rodriguez case was typical. Marilyn hadn't just paid medical bills, Family's accommodation, travel expenses, emotional support. Everything was covered. Tommy's father confessed years later. Marilyn Monroe would visit Tommy's hospital room, but she wore disguises so it wouldn't leak to the press. Elder artists, 25% of budget. There was a special fund for older actors, musicians, writers who were forgotten in Hollywood. The George Murphy case was a classic example, but that was just the beginning. William Henderson, Charlie Chaplin's stunt double. 9 years of monthly rent, Margaret O'Sullivan, silent film actress. Medical bills, nursing home fees. Robert Chen, Asian American actor. Couldn't find work due to discrimination, full family support. Dorothy Williams, black jazz singer. Marginalized during segregation era. Complete retirement support. Marilyn deeply understood Hollywood's diversity issues. She gave extra attention to minority artists. Single mothers, 20% of budget. There was a personal connection. Marilyn's own mother had suffered from mental illness. She knew the struggle of single mothers. The Rosa Martinez case was typical. Initial emergency fund, $5,000. Monthly child support, $300 times 4 children equals $1,200. Medical insurance coverage, $200 per month. Education funds, $500 per child per year. Christmas birthday gifts, $100 per child. All 4 of Rose's children went to college, thanks to Marilyn's support. Foster care system, 15% of budget. This was her most personal project. Marilyn wanted systematic reform, monthly sponsorship for 50 foster children, basic needs, $200 per month per child. Education materials, $50 per month per child. Clothing allowance, $100 per season per child. Birthday, Christmas, $150 per child. Emergency fund, $500 per child per year. She would write personalized letters to each child. You are special. You are loved. Don't give up on your dreams. Jennifer Walsh still kept those letters 40 years later. They were my lifeline. Knowing someone cared. International cases, 10% of budget. Marilyn's compassion knew no national borders. European cases, London, Blitz survivors, war orphans, Paris, Holocaust survivors, refugee families, Rome, poverty-stricken families, Asian cases, Japan, atomic bomb survivors, medical treatment, Philippines, typhoon victims, reconstruction aid. The method was always the same: anonymous funding, no publicity, direct help. Special projects. Some cases were extraordinary outside the regular budget. The Mary Johnson case, 1960. Mary was an African-American cleaning lady who cleaned Marilyn's house. Her daughter had leukemia. Her husband was paralyzed in a factory accident. Marilyn supported the entire family. Medical bills, $85,000. House purchase, $25,000, Mary's dream. Business loan, $10,000, Mary's catering business. Children's education, $40,000, 3 children, college through PhD. Mary's daughter became Dr. Patricia Johnson, the first black female oncologist in California. The European Refugee Project, 1961. Marilyn supported Hungarian Revolution refugees, 25 families, complete relocation assistance, travel expenses, $50,000, housing, $75,000, job placement, $25,000, English lessons, $15,000, cultural integration, $10,000. The children of these families became successful Americans, doctors, lawyers, engineers. Psychological impact. Marilyn's charity work deeply affected not only the recipients, but her as well. Dr. Ralph Greason's therapy notes, patient finds meaning through helping others. Charity work serves as emotional stabilizer. When she helps children, she's healing her own inner child. Even during depression episodes, Marilyn would continue her charity work. "This keeps me grounded," she'd say. The network. Marilyn's charity network was sophisticated. Lena Pipitoni, personal assistant. Daily coordination, Milton Rudin, attorney. Legal, financial structure, Dr. Hyman Engelberg, Doctor. Medical cases consultation, private investigators. 3. Case identification, verification. Social workers. 5. Follow-up, progress tracking. International contacts. 12. Overseas cases. The network maintained complete discretion. NDAs, confidentiality agreements, secure communication. Financial structure. Marilyn's charity budget was organized through a complex financial structure. Personal account. $50,000 monthly reserve. Anonymous fund. $30,000 monthly allocation. Emergency fund. $100,000 yearly reserve. International fund. $25,000 quarterly allocation. Total annual charity. $300,000 to $400,000. 1950s money equals $3 to $4 million today. This meant 30 to 40% of each movie fee. A significant financial sacrifice. Media strategy. Marilyn deliberately hid her charity activities from the media. If the press finds out, people will think it's a publicity stunt. I want genuine help, not headlines. Only exception. Public appearances at children's hospitals. But even then, no press releases, no photo ops. Impact measurement. Marilyn tracked the impact of her charity. Lives saved. 47 medical cases, education completed. 156 children through college families stabilized. 89 single-mother families, artists supported. 34 elder entertainment figures, foster children helped. 200 plus over 9 years. Besides quantifiable impact, psychological impact was immeasurable. Legacy continuation. After Marilyn's death, recipients continued her legacy. Tommy Rodriguez, pediatric oncologist, 500 plus children saved Patricia Johnson. Oncologist, breakthrough cancer research, Jennifer Walsh, social worker, foster care reform advocate Maria Gonzalez, nurse, free clinic founder. Each recipient helped others. Marilyn's kindness chain reaction philosophy was realized. Modern discovery. In the 1990s, researchers fully documented Marilyn's charity network. 400 plus individual cases, $2.8 million total disbursement, 1950s money. 12 countries, 9 years of operation, 0 publicity. The most comprehensive celebrity charity operation in entertainment history. Comparison. Compared to modern celebrity charity, Oprah Winfrey, public, branded charity. Bill Gates, corporate, systematic philanthropy. Angelina Jolie, UN ambassador, public advocacy. Marilyn, anonymous, personal, no publicity. A unique approach. Pure altruism. Cultural impact. Marilyn's secret charity influenced Hollywood charity culture. After the 1970s, more celebrities began doing anonymous charity. The Marilyn effect. Celebrity charity without publicity. Final assessment. Marilyn Monroe's secret charity reveals her true character. Public image, sex symbol, tragic figure. Private reality. Compassionate philanthropist, social activist. Her real legacy isn't movies. It saved lives, changed destinies, kindness chain reactions. 400 plus people directly helped. Thousands more indirectly impacted. Immeasurable ripple effect. Marilyn Monroe wasn't just an entertainer. She was a humanitarian. She was a healer. She was an angel. And nobody knew